is after people like us to get it right. Because we're living in a day no different than Jeremiah, where the prophets are saying, peace and prosperity, be well. Yes, to the Ahabs of churchdom, go up and take Ramoth Gilead. Who shall I entice, the Lord said, to get Ahab to come up so he may fall? And that's what you got to watch out for today, because there is the churchdom out there. The American church is very good at making you happy, making you emotionally well, making you feel good, telling you something you think's important when it's not. They're not going to tell you the hard word of repent, get your life straight, and as Christ will use you. And it's just mind-boggling. And once again, it goes back to north and true north. Where are we really at? Where is true north? According to His Word, His will, His ideas, His passions. And so, I know that's another heavy word, but that's what God had in my mouth. But I wanted to try to balance it and say, God is looking for people who will really listen and really get down and really want to make a difference. And you will. It'll be so stinking easy. Because while everybody's out there jumping and shouting to the latest worship song and wanting to be happy, He's looking for a people who just want to be happy with Him and be happy with Him. And nobody's perfect. We're all working at it. I get slapped all the time. Am I used to it? Somewhat. I know I'm a dunderhead, but I know that I'm God's dunderhead, and I know that. See, this is what it is. I've been watching other prophetic words out there. I generally don't even pay attention to them, but I've been watching some of them. And I don't even know how they sleep at night. I just don't know, because their words are so off, and they're speaking to God's people, and they just take it so flippantly. And I'm like, what in the world are you doing? See, Pastor Jason's never been in the door here, and he walks right in and he nails it right where we're at. That's what this place is about. He walked right in. I thought he did anyway.
Yeah.
I thought it was a correct word for right where we've been, right? I mean, he just walked in. He's never been in the door here. Never come. First time in the door. We've been here for over a year and a half now. And here he is. And I just appreciated the word. He walked right in. The Spirit hit. The word was good. He had no clue what we're putting up. He said I can stay till 7 o'clock. I was going to have him about 7:30 because we were going to go through our usual routine, but we had to do some switching up to accommodate him because he had to leave. And that's legitimate. I mean, he's a busy man. And anyway, but it just worked. And so he got to see what House of My People does. I mean, you can watch it online, but that doesn't do the same. And we got to hear him, and I think he's stepped it up a few notches from his normal Sunday morning sermon, personal opinion. Because in the Sunday mornings, you've got to be a little easier. Because there's a lot of babies and so forth in there. Or new people or whatever. And, you don't want to run them over. They're not for the nuclear rocket science yet. But anyway, God's looking for some people to really step up. And quite often, I myself, I'm like what Jason said, I'm the drill sergeant. The Top Gun school instructor. I'll just give you an example. I'll use a name on this one. I saw a video today by another minister here in town. He's a good guy. I like him. And it was about a Bible that was oozing oil. It had been oozing oil for 18 months. Just a black leather-bound Bible about this thick. They had it in a clear plastic tub, and there was an inch of oil in there. And it just oozes out of it. And this tub is like this tall. And they said it overflowed twice.
Wow. Yeah.
And it just oozes out of this Bible. And the pages aren't ruined, the binding's not ruined, they pick it up, they can read it, the notes, all the felt marker pens or color markers in it people use, it's all intact, it's just soaked in oil. And if you leave it sit there, they said it just fills up the bin. It'll overflow, it doesn't stop. It hadn't stopped in 18 months. So they've been bottling it. It's like a 12 or 13 minute YouTube video. Anyway, they were saying, well, it just goes to show the impossibilities God can do. If you think it's impossible, here's a Bible oozing oil. And what I was going to say about that is I've seen the same thing. I've been honored to see such a thing. Because I got mashed up by a cow out in the desert, and I told you guys the story, and my hand got mashed real bad. and it was horribly painful, and I sat like this in the men's meeting for, you know, an hour or whatever. I couldn't lay my hand down. It was all swelled up. You could just, this cloth thing. And when we went in there, they anointed me with oil out of a little vial, just put a little cross on your head, and a man come up to me and says, Jesus, heal him. And within 2 minutes, my hand was working. But before my hand started working, the pastor of the church who anointed me, he noticed he had oil all over his hands. He thought it came out of the bottle. He checked the lid. It was tight, little vial. But it was all down the floor and puddles on the floor. It doesn't have that much. And so there it was right there. And I thought, that's really cool. I got to see something like that. Because here they're talking about on the internet. Well, and here I got to see something like that. The oil multiplied or manifested. I don't know what word it was, but the bottle wasn't leaking. It was dripping off and running off his hands. And as he turned around, he started grabbing people. And they just hit the floor like rocks. The presence of God was so strong. No prayer, no nothing. Just bam, bam, bam. He just started grabbing everybody in the room. And I thought that was really cool. Anyway, I ran across that video today. And I just thought to myself, I thought, wow. That I don't say this to act like a big shot, but I say it because I was honored to be in something that of the same deal. Now, the oil didn't keep running. It quit at our cost, but yet at the same time, it was all over the floor. Something had happened. And out of nowhere, so that's encouraging to me. Anyway, God is wanting the people to really knuckle down and really pay attention to Him. Not in a legalistic way, but in a passionate, Master, you're the Master, you saved me, you gave me salvation, and I don't want to be what's out here. I want to be what you want me to be. Does that make sense?
Yep, yep.
Because I don't want to come across legalistic, thou shalt do this. Because that's not it at all. He's looking for just passionate people getting, and He's the one that'll turn you loose. And that's what this place is about, getting you turned loose. So anybody can speak. I'm looking forward to the day when there's 12 people up here doing their thing, and I don't have to say anything. I think that'd be cooler and cool. So anyway, that's what I've got.